Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. So this is going to be a general spread for the month of October. I think I'm going to come back for all signs and do a love reading because it's interesting. There's no love energy coming up for just about every sign, which is interesting. It's telling me that this is a very transformative month. Very deep. I feel like receiving a lot of directions, and answers to things that, it's showing me that it's like really burdening you, really plaguing you. Anyways, before I get into it, I want to say thank you guys for all of your support over the years, especially this last year. I know I've been in and out doing readings. I just needed some time to myself. I think a lot of readers did, but I'm back. So I just want to say thank you for being here. I appreciate all of your support, your likes, your comments. I read them all. So thank you guys again. So with that said, let's get into this reading. When I'm looking at these, there's clearly a silver lining to these cards, but it's talking about things kind of sorting themselves out. And I'm seeing things kind of coming into balance, but before then it's a little bit disharmonious. And I think in general we're all going through this dark night of the soul, on this hero's journey. It's that point in the the superhero movie where all is lost and you think nothing's gonna kind of turn around, and then something comes in that you never saw coming, and the whole story changes. That's what your reading looks like. It's interesting. I feel a call to action for you personally. So a lot of us are being triggered by our beliefs, and it feels more like right and wrong, and kind of deciphering and seeing through, kind of opening up the curtain, and seeing what's behind. I think that's a lot of the story that I'm seeing here. And it's interesting because this is in your position of your higher self, your subconscious. This is seven of cups, but in this deck, the man has a mask on, and he's taking the mask off, and he's seeing the truth of the decision that he's making going forward. And it's talking about the cup. It's talking about the things that are most important to you, the things of substance, of feeling, of emotion, of abundance, and what that looks like for you. You have really difficult energy right in the center, though. I'm seeing this. The Five of Pentacles. This is that feeling of poverty consciousness. Maybe you're alone. Maybe you wouldn't like to be. Maybe you've lost a job. Maybe you have somebody in your family that's sick, or maybe that you're sick. That's kind of what this energy feels like. Or just feeling stuck in general when it comes to experiencing the next level or the direction that you want to go in regarding that abundant feeling, especially when it comes to like other people as well. It's interesting, when I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing being held by the mother. So if any of you have any issues with mother, I want to say make peace with it. Thank your mother. Mothers are just figuring it out as well. I know some of us have more difficult experiences than others. But I'm seeing like laying a burden to rest, and it's showing me it's literally a burden. There's something here that is coming to an end. It's lovely. It's the 10. It's the end. It's saying you don't need to carry this. And it's almost like you don't need to carry the story. I think a lot of us are kind of coming into this place where we're seeing the past through a new lens. Seeing that here for you, because justice is coming in, and I love this. This is also talking about, if you have a pending court case, or if something to you feels unjust, it's coming into balance. And again, I'm drawn to this owl. The owl sees through the darkness, right? Sees at nighttime, sees things that we can't see. There's a universal justice here at play that maybe you don't see. And it's coming into harmonious balance here. And I'm seeing you actually I mean, it feels like towards the end of this month, being able to go in a new direction. And the cards coming out of this are actually quite nice as we move beyond this injustice, whatever this is, where you feel like it feels like making a change, but it feels like because you are kind of coming into, feels like a level of forgiveness, taking care of self, forgiving yourself, leaving the story behind, like all of these different elements. And it really, what it boils down to is like a shift in consciousness, a shift in awareness. And you're kind of using that as fuel to move forward. So we have these two Knight cards. Knights are always about movement in a certain direction. It's talking about abundance, and I'm seeing the cup and the pentacle energy together here. Feels like it's just starting at the beginning of the month, and as we move towards the end of the month, because I'm seeing a review process, and Mercury, I believe, is in retrograde the beginning of this month. I'm seeing this movement forward. Some of you can be meeting somebody. If you've come into this reading for love, I'm seeing like a initial meeting. I'm seeing like something sparking the heart space. This doesn't necessarily need to be with somebody else if you're not coming to this for a love reading. But I'm seeing something being moved in this space for you, and it's talking about the star energy, something you have been praying for, something you've been wishing for. Some of you, this might be actual healing. It might be healing like of a friend or a parent or a loved one. Some of you are manifesting like a change of residence, a change of location though, a change of job. I'm seeing, if you're looking for a change, I'm seeing that it's coming through. The Chariot to me talks about confidence, but right here paired next to the star, it's talking about following your dreams, following what feels like it's absolutely right. It's like connecting with that North Star that just pulls you in a certain direction. So amongst this chaos, there's justice coming in for you, and it's manifesting in a way that has something tangible attached to it. It's not just wishing. There's actual movement in a certain direction here. And I think actually, let me clarify this. Yeah, it creates a little bit of conflict because it does feel like it's something big. Again, it feels towards the end of this month. It feels really big. And this kind of brings up like the how, when, what, where. It's like a lot of things to think about, which is interesting. I feel like it all works out. I feel like there's no reason to stress, and I feel like you're being led in a certain direction. I feel like there is something here that, again, where is it? It's for you. It's meant to be. It's balanced. It's a good decision. This is universal justice again in your life. Very interesting. Yeah, there's a positive outcome here. I want to clarify this. Why is this stress here? Why is this stress? Because there's a new beginning. Yeah, flipping right over, and there's a new beginning. Sometimes things can be overwhelming when they come fast. It's like I've been praying for this and I'm so used to it not happening. Like when it comes in, it triggers all of these other changes that need to be made. The Fool is what's stressing you out because, yeah, you're going in a new direction. It's not even a question. The King of Wands, I mean, this is your energy. You don't have to think about it. It's, yeah, that's what I want. That I like them. Yeah. I mean, there's no question about it. You're not in your mind. If it's a person, there's chemistry, there's physical attraction. It's a yes. If it's a job, there's the finances, there's the energy of the newness, though, is what it's coming in. And it's saying you can't say no to it. But around that, there is a lot of things to think about. Don't let that give you anxiety. Because this is, to me, the card of anxiety. Worrying about the future. Don't do that. I feel like you'll just kind of drain yourself unnecessarily. Yeah, there's a new opportunity. I'm curious. I mean, this is going to manifest different ways for everybody. Yeah, it involves travel. Some of you can just be traveling. yeah, I want a vacation. Okay, I'm going there. That's kind of the energy it feels like. Yeah, I feel like some of you can be meeting somebody that really kind of does it for you. It's like, ooh, I haven't seen this for any of the signs. I think it's because Mercury's in retrograde. I don't know, but there's been like almost no love energy showing up in these readings. That's why I feel drawn to do a specific love reading. General readings, you know, because I do feel we're all going through this. It's kind of like a pressure cooker where we're forced to make these changes. That wants to come through, it wants to be acknowledged, and it wants to be talked about. And it's first and foremost because as you change yourself, you kind of like align with like a higher timeline, and just I feel like things, especially partnerships, just kind of connect easier. And yeah, especially because you're showing up matching with the Empress, male or female. It's a high vibration. It's somebody very abundant, somebody that's kind of got it going on. So it's also talking about mother, though. When I heard High Priestess, Empress, it's also a mother card. Again, I feel forgive your mother. Okay, let's pull an oracle card. This is going to be from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. What's one message for the sign of Sagittarius? Huh. Yeah. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Interesting. Let's read it. Star Mother. Okay. You are more held than you can possibly imagine, loved and cherished so dearly that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lay all of your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt at her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her remind you of her goodness. Let her love away your fears. Your capacity to love and to hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you're doing your best and try not to carry it all on your own. You have got this, and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take away your burdens. Let her lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear sweet child of the earth. How can you mother yourself? You first. Beautiful card. I don't think I've ever read this one before in this deck. Beautiful. Yeah, it's very interesting this month. I feel like, you know, because we have been going through such divisive times where, I mean, literally it's like a split in dimensions is kind of what I feel. People that are kind of stuck in like the 3D and people that are moving into the heart space. So the more that you love yourself, the more you connect with that heart chakra and open it and meditate on what it feels like to be there. What exists in your new dimension that you're going into? What exists in your heart? What is your truth? Feel what is there. So when things that come in external, you know, the chatter, you know, the triggers, you know, whatever they are, you can just hold that center. It's a really powerful place to be. It comes after a lot of spiritual growth, but if you can hold that space for others, I mean, nothing can kind of come at you. I mean, that's kind of how I feel lately, you know. I was talking to somebody like, how do you get over, your imperfections. I'm like, what imperfections? Like, the imperfections are the juiciness of people. It's the beauty of people. It's the softness of people. It's the sensitive part of people. The whole thing. It's not that I'm super like cocky or confident. It's about kind of just loving all the bits and pieces. And when you can get to that place, what other people think of you, or it just doesn't matter. You learn to understand that people's opinions of you and their ability to see you is only matched at their ability to see that in themselves, right? Because people that see corruptness in something just utterly beautiful and fantastic, it's the corruptness within them, right? Like, oh, that's a hideous flower. Like, no, that's the way the flower is supposed to look. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's kind of ridiculous that we do this to each other and to ourselves. I feel like now is a time to kind of radically hold, love, care for ourselves. I mean, there's definitely a transition happening for you out of that Five of Pentacles, though. That feeling of, oh, I'm alone, or it's not happening for me. Things are happening to me. I don't have enough money. All of these things. Use this as fuel to make change, because as you align with your true north, your heart chakra, your center, whatever you want to call it, there comes in this energy of confidence is what I'm seeing for you. And it shifts everything, really. And that's where, like, I don't know, I feel like spontaneous healings can even happen. It's an interesting message. Anyways, I feel drawn. Let's pull one more card while I'm here. This is going to be from the Earth Warriors Oracle deck. One card for Sagittarius, please. One more card, please, for Sagittarius. Turquoise Changing Woman. Estanlathea. To phonetically sound that one out. Let's read it. Okay. I am the Turquoise Moon Mother, and I come to you now with a message of change. Again, another mother card. This may be change that you want or change that you fear, but either way, I will show you how to use this change to become stronger, wiser, and more empowered to fulfill your divine destiny. Do not fear the changes around you and within you. Trust in the timing of what is happening in your world. It says in a reading, change is upon you. It is essential for your continued growth, and you do not need to fear it. As you allow this change, remain steadfast in your inner spiritual connection. This gives you courage, trust, peace, and reassurance, and you will find ways to navigate the shift so that your life improves through the process. If you are thinking of making a change, you are encouraged to do so without trying to force it. Be open and do your part to the best of your ability, but also tune into your sense of divine timing, asking the universe for help and allowing life to unfold according to its own rhythm of creating loving intelligence. Beautiful. Definitely change here is happening. This is, again, it's a little bit of like kind of threading the thread through the needle. It feels like kind of this, again, a little bit of a tricky beginning of the month, but things feel like they open. Spiritual guidance. Estanlathea is the turquoise moon goddess of the Navajo, known as Changing Woman. She is always changing and yet never dies. As she begins to age, she simply turns to walk to the east, the direction of the rising sun and beginnings, where she is renewed. Her blessings are for nourishment, renewal of energy, and new beginnings. She brings hope and reminds us that our life is constantly renewing itself around us and within us. We can always begin again in that spirit of renewal. In the face of loss or destruction, her presence brings comfort, hope, and peace, so that rather than losing faith and giving up because we feel defeated, we have the courage to continue to fight for what matters, with refreshed reserves of energy and enthusiasm. If we are struggling with change, either too much of it or perhaps too little, she comes with us with a reassuring guidance. When something is in need of repair, Great Spirit knows how to restore it. When something needs to end, Great Spirit will show the way to empty ourselves of the past and prepare for a new beginning. When there is lack or deprivation, the abundance and generosity of the universe shall bring fullness. We do not need to fear change, whether wanted or unwanted. We just need to trust in the good and loving workings of the universe. She reminds us of the divine feminine wisdom and power which expresses itself as life, always flourishing, always changing, always evolving. We belong to life and we can trust it. Evolution is not always easy. Often it requires tremendous courage of heart and inner strength. Yet the turquoise moon mother will help us respond to any change in a way that increases love, light, and wisdom within us and the world. The turquoise woman is also known as the conqueror of monsters and the bringer of blessings, especially when we feel that we are under attack or lacking something that we need. Yeah, I mean, I've been feeling this for a lot of the signs. I think it was Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus, Leo. This came up where it was like kind of coming into your power and leading the, I don't want to call it a fight, but it feels like standing up for something. I know a lot of places are kind of like prison state countries, especially like Australia. I mean, there's a lot going on, and I feel like looking at it from, as an outsider, my goodness, my heart, my heart goes out to them. But this isn't like external to us. This can happen to anybody. This is an example. This is for the whole world to see. So if you're feeling called to whatever it is, I feel like if you have that within you, stand up. I mean, why not? We need more of that. We need more of that energy of justice, right? Seeing through the darkness, seeing clearly, pulling back that curtain. It takes a certain level of like consciousness to be able to see it. I mean, it's very obvious now, but the last few years, my goodness, if you've kind of been there, it's been very difficult, very divisive, very isolating. All right, I think I'm going to end it here. I hope you found this helpful, Sagittarius. It's always my honor and pleasure to read for you guys and be a part of your journey. So thank you so much for being here. Anyways, I'll be back soon with more readings. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to hear from me. Any types of readings. I'm always curious. Feeling a little bit more playful and wanting to try more readings besides generals. So let me know. All right, I'll see you guys soon.